Doing a quick pop in for you on my YouTube channel live. How are you? Oh, look. Oh, there we go. All right. Of course, every time I go live, my phone want to be super active, but I have a message for you to help you navigate through whatever your day is looking like or whatever this moment is looking like for you right now. And I'm going to give you the aspect from being a communication specialist, from strategy that helps you to communicate with others, especially when you're having challenging moments, right? Um, I've helped so many in this process of helping them to find the best words to communicate with others, to navigate through their own emotional intelligence, and to go through the different feelings that we are having. And we can't even navigate the space and get to communication until we hold and we lock into a certain self respect that we need to have with ourselves and we need to have for ourselves. Now, life takes us through so many challenges that it helps us, it kind of pulls away from us seeing the good in ourselves at time. And what ends up happening is we tend to side with other people. For example, when I don't feel very confident about myself in certain things, others can say something and I can sway easily to their side because there's no confidence in how I feel. And this can happen at any time, especially when there's so many different thoughts and opinions coming at me, different people that are very, very strong energy, very loud, very obnoxious. Um, what's happening in our world right now. Things that where when people are coming towards you, and this is me because I'm an introvert. I'm not big on arguing. I'm not big on fighting. I'm not big um, on the back and forth with the attitude and all that kind of stuff. But the key of it all is I believe in communication and in conversation that we should have respect for each other in that process. But we can't have respect for each other if we don't have respect for ourselves first. And when we're fit with other people and their opposing thoughts, hi, Dr. Tahir, nice to see you. Um, make sure you're following our channel if you're interested. The key about this is making sure when we are more into a space of knowing what we understand, knowing our likes, knowing ourselves, knowing who we are as a person. Oh, I'm blessed. I'm super excited to share this information with you guys today on self-respect, on owning who you are, on making sure in conversation and communication that it starts off with respect. And if there's a lack of respect for your own self, if you are in a space where you're not seeing your values, if you are in a space where you're questioning who you are, if you're in a space where you're questioning your thoughts, I'm in New York right now, um, and if you're in that space where you're questioning yourself, then sometimes that respect is pull away from yourself, right? Because you're leaning into what others think. You're leaning into their thoughts. A lot of us, especially as we were younger, as kids, we were more hear what our parents told us and what the elders told us, and that became born. That was word. Whatever they said is what it was, not realizing that we're losing our own thoughts at that moment and we're losing our own our self being at that time. And even when we were younger, and we were in that space of being people continuously telling us their thoughts and telling us what's on their mind and projecting how they feel on us, it makes us feel as if our thoughts are not as valuable or not as valued. And in that space, when you begin to communicate, you begin to lose the respect in what your thoughts are, your ideas. So this message is for those of you who question yourself at times, especially during communication, communicating, especially when communicating with others that have more. I guess it's a stronger, like you say, a strong vibe person, a person who just has the strong personality, and when they have a strong personality, it tends to make you shy away from where you are. Um, I'm from here. I'm from here. My family. I'm New York. I'm in New York. So I had to learn in that aspect when being presented in spaces where people are trying to overshadow me or overpower me with their powerful energy, that it didn't mean I had to get loud back at them. It didn't mean I had to match their energy with strength and bravado and all these things and having to prove myself. When I was younger, I felt I needed to prove myself, and I felt I needed to come across, and if they're going to come off strong, I'm going to come off strong. And here we are going back and forth with strong versus strong, and the message is being completely lost in that process. Not realizing that I'm totally losing my own respect for my own self because I'm giving it to others. So, in this aspect, how I'm supporting you is for you to tap in to who you truly are, hold on to your own self values. Don't allow others and their opinions to come and overshadow how you feel, your thoughts, your opinions, your experience that you have. Whatever it is that makes who you are, maintain your own self respect in whatever dialogue you're going to have. You do not have to lose yourself because you're surrounded by stronger presence or stronger energies. The key is we get to be who we are no matter what. Hold on to who you are. You don't got to be the loudest in every room. You don't have to be the one that has to put, share all your big vocabulary words in the room. You don't have to always come across as the know-it-all in the room, but be connected to who you are as a person. Be connected to your own presence. Hold on to that and value that, and make sure that you understand that wherever you show up, you are showing up unequivocally as yourself, right? Don't let anyone steal that away from you. And that's why the topic for this conversation is self. Your own self respect is most important than anyone else's. As you begin to respect yourself, as you begin to hold on to your values, if others match your values, then you can continue discoursing with them and having communication with them. But if they don't match your values, then there's no reason to, right? There's no reason. If they match your energy, there's no reason to continue. You don't have to change who you are. You don't have to become loud like them. You don't have to switch into their energy, but you get to hold your energy and allow them to either attract or repel from you, right? Allow them to either gravitate towards you or move away from you. I remember when I went into a forum and I was speaking. And as I was speaking on stage, there was a person in the audience that had a question. And their question was like they were doubting some of the things that I was sharing in my book at that time. And I allowed them to speak. I allowed them to express their values. I allowed them to share their thoughts. And when it came to a point where I felt like I was getting ready to be insulted, like they were now insulting who I was like, okay, wait a minute. Now, I'm here for you to share your opinion. I'm here for you to share your thoughts. I'm here for you to express how you feel, but I will not tolerate your disrespect of me, right? You can have your opinion, you can share how you feel, but there's no reason to start throwing words and to start, pulling away the respect from the conversation. We are all entitled to have our differences of opinion. We're all entitled to have our differences of opinion. We're all entitled to have a difference of opinion. Yet, if we're going to have a conversation, if we're going to be communicating with each other, there should be a level of respect. And that's what we need more in this world. Respecting ourselves, respecting others, but most importantly, before respecting others, respect ourselves, right? Owning that respect, holding on to that respect, sharing in that respect. And if you're able to have the respect for yourself, in an admirable way, in a way that it's not taking away from someone else's energy and coming across them in a negative way, then a good communication space can happen. Hi, Andrea. How are you? I'm popping in to do my lunchtime live because I didn't do yesterday, but I'm on today. One thing I notice is when I'm not on, I'm taking breaks, but and that's fine. But I try to come on at least three to five times a week just to make sure I'm tapping space. Our conversation today we spoke about is self-respect is most important in communication. Just tapping back into that, leaving a quick synopsis for those who've joined this conversation towards the latter end. It all starts with us respecting ourselves, holding on to our values, holding on to our peace, and allowing others around us to either attract or repel from that, but not allowing ourselves to lean into others and their energy. Especially when we're met with very strong energy people, strong forces. They have their way they think, and they're very, thank you so much. And sometimes when we're around those spaces, it pulls from our energy, and we don't even realize when the self respect is lost. It's like, trust me, I can't even talk about this because we don't even know when it's happening. It's like you look up and like, wait a minute, what just happened? Like somehow I felt like something got lost in this conversation, and I can't blame them because then what we tend to do is we tend to blame others, right? Like, oh, they're not being respectful to me, it's their fault. But wait a minute. If we didn't start with our own self respect, then they wouldn't even get the chance to get to that space to continuously disrespect us, right? The minute it starts to happen, when people, I feel like people are now, okay, now you're starting to lose the respect for me. I'm either gonna shut this down or I'm gonna remove myself from this environment because I get to choose, right? I get to choose. You get to choose your environment. You get to choose who you communicate with. Others don't get to dictate that on you. So once you hold into that space, once you hold on to your own, preserve your own values and your own self respect, then others can't come and take that away from you. And that's the key of this message today. So you guys know I love to come in for 11:11. I came in for my quick love and touch. What I will do before I go is I'm going to pull a card. Always got my cards on me. Always got my little sales and business cards that I love to pull. So let's see. I'm gonna pull a random card. Now these cards look like they have been through the world. All right. So this one I'm gonna have is Let's Grow with the Flow. That's what came up today. Let's Grow with the Flow. All right. Part of my legacy sales deck, legacy business deck, card deck. And it says create 3 ways to let them know you really care. Ah, that's what it says on the other side. Create 3 ways to let them know that you really care, and where can you easily add more value. So that's your mission for today. Grow with the flow and stay connected is the key, right? Create 3 ways to let them know you really care. Let others in your life, let people who you feel you need to let know that you really, how you really care. And think where can you easily add value. Guess what? Literally, I care enough to come and leave a message for 10 to 12 minutes just to let you know, hey, this is what I think about self respect. Some of you gonna love it, some of you not. Some of you gonna share it, and some of you won't. But it's still taking the time enough to share the information and to give value. Now that's self respect. Create 3 ways to let them know you care and give value, right? Give value. And you are the value. Don't ever discount that part. You are the value. You are the one that was placed here. You are the one that has whatever you have, that special je ne sais quoi, right? That special thing that makes you you. Yes, give value. And in that aspect, as you're showing up just by being yourself, just by sharing the message, you are the value. I'll take that one for self-respect. Hope you got what you needed. I love you guys. Have a blessed, amazing day. Let me go continue with my day. Great message today. Just keep showing up and giving value, sis. You got it.